Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton here, hanging with you guys. Good morning. Well, we're going to be kicking off the new week here with a little bit different type of episode. I've been trying to change it up a little bit, if you guys can't tell, on the podcast, just to put some fresh blood in and to shift gears a little bit. Last week on Friday, we took the audio from a YouTube video that we created to, show you guys maybe a little bit more about what you're missing from the Brian's Lawn Maintenance YouTube page, and just show you a little bit more about leaf cleanup pricing and how to help you guys price out those jobs. Got a lot of great feedback from that video on YouTube, and also a lot of great feedback from that podcast episode. Today, what I wanted to do was we're going to shift gears and kick it over to a junior hype house. And one of the first audio files that we received from those guys, we actually, Launchpreneur Academy, out of the abundance, out of the surplus, sponsored a junior hype house for those guys down at Equip Expo 2023. And a lot of them, if you guys have been watching on YouTube or even on the podcast, you've seen a lot of them. You've heard a lot of them. Most of the guys have been on the Teenager Tour playlist that we have on YouTube, where I go across the country interviewing some of these 16, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids that have just jamming businesses, doing 50 grand, 100 grand, some of them $250,000, some of them $500,000 and $1 million. And I'm not even exaggerating. It's incredible to see what these guys are doing. So what I did is I actually gave them the podcast mixer. I said, hey, no strings attached, but if you guys want to shoot a couple of podcast episodes, that would be cool. I didn't give them any topics. I didn't tell them to say anything nice about me or nice about the community or the industry. I didn't ask for any strings attached. Honestly, I just said, hey, you guys have been awesome. I want to bless you guys with that trip. They had about 10 or so guys. 18 plus was the rule. And then, obviously I said, keep your head on a swivel, make good choices, no stupid stuff. And I'm actually really impressed. The guys were just a class act. They were, a bunch of 18, 20-year-olds in a hype house. You guys can imagine how that went. But still a fun bunch, classy bunch. And the episodes get more and more fun as we'll go down over the next couple of weeks, start releasing a little bit more of that content they put together. Today's podcast episode, a couple of guys got together and they were talking about all things subcompact equipment, articulating loaders, a bunch of equipment. Then honestly, I listened to the episode and it was actually really insightful, and it gave me a couple of different ideas for my business. We're in the market for a tractor, so I was all ears hearing what these guys have to say. Almost all of them had a tractor or a subcompact loader, so it was really interesting to hear the whole equipment conversation. And so that being said, big shout out to Asher Buersdorf. I know Owen was on there, Nick Teeple, Ben with Ben's Lawn and Landscaping. They'll give their introductions here in just a quick minute. So that being said, guys, that's all I got for today's episode with my introduction. We're going to kick it right over to these guys, listen to what they have to say. Oh, hey, one last thing I'll say is don't forget to get your Launchpreneur Academy live tickets 2023. Today is the last day, midnight, to get those tickets and lock in your seat. Love to see another 10 or 20 of you guys buy your ticket and come up to Novi, Michigan. Friday, 5 to 8 p.m., the Hub Stadium, indoor sports arena, little mixer. And then Saturday, the event is 7:30 registration, 8 o'clock doors open, and the event's 8:30 to 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. Don't miss it. All right, don't miss it. Get your ticket, launchpreneuracademy.com/store, and we'll see you guys there. All right, let's hop into the episode. Take it away.
You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
What is up, guys? It is your host, Brian Fullerton. And
that is just not true at all.
Oh, come on, Asher.
All right. Let me give you guys the rundown. In this series we have here, we are at the Juniors Hype House in Louisville, Kentucky, broadcasting live from Equip Expo.
From a hot tub.
From a hot tub. Yep.
All right, who are we here?
So my name is Asher Buersdorf. I'm the owner of Garden Guy Outdoor Services, based in Northville, Michigan. We focus in landscape construction, site work, and a lot of drainage. Next to me, I have Ben Arbus of Canada.
Yeah.
International traveler.
Yeah. So my name's Ben Arbus. I am based out, I'm the owner of Ben's Lawn and Landscaping, based just outside of London, Ontario, Canada. We do about a 50-50 mix of lawn care, landscaping, gardens, patios, walls, that kind of thing, and then just general lawn maintenance and cleanups and stuff. So that's me.
I'm Owen Valentine. I own Valentine Outdoors. We're based out of Marshall, Michigan. We've got We've got a mowing crew that runs full time, and also a landscape crew that runs full time as well. So we stay pretty busy.
And I'm Nick Teeple, and I own Paxton Grounds out of Uniontown in Hartville, Ohio. And we're about a 50-50 mix, kind of like Ben. Lawn, landscape, snow removal in the winter. Yeah. All right, guys, we're chilling in the hot tub. What are we going to talk about tonight? I know we wanted to cover some equipment.
I think equipment talk would be pretty cool.
Start out with some equipment. I know all the young guys. That's a good way to
Everyone
rail
loves
them in.
Everyone loves
That's what the whole
equipment.
Equip show is. It's all equipment.
Yeah, we're at here at Equip in Louisville. Enjoying. We got a nice junior hype house with what do we got? 10 guys.
10, 9, yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So enjoying getting some business connection here, networking, and so Asher, you got some different equipment. And same with Owen. What are you guys running?
Well, because we are just a full landscape construction company, we don't do any mowing. We dabble in snow a little bit. We're more of a subcontractor when it comes to that. But I have a Bobcat L28 articulating loader and a Bobcat E10, as well as a Yanmar tractor. I believe that's an SA
He doesn't even know what he's doing.
325. I think that's what it is.
I don't know.
Could be wrong. It's I think that's what it is.
Hey, at least you're not overly invested in your equipment. You don't even know what you got.
It runs good. That's all I care about.
Too busy making money.
That's the plan. So the E10, great mini excavator, articulating loader, which is L28, fantastic machine. The Yanmar tractor is about, I think, going on 3 years old. We bought that new. E10's going on about a year and a half. Bought that new as well as the articulating loader. All around great machines. Definitely something that you would want to look into if you're trying to move out of mowing, which is a big push in this industry right now. Everyone wants to move out of mowing or maintenance and get into like a construction or landscaping or like a design build. Yep. Definitely some good starter machines. For sure. Definitely a high price, but definitely a solid investment.
Question for you, Asher. Why do you have such a small I know probably people maybe are thinking that. I don't know. But E10's a small machine. That's a, 1 ton machine?
1.5. Yeah, about that.
Yeah, like why do you have, like most guys run, 3, 4, if I know one's got a 5-ton machine. Like it's a small machine for a company trying to do bigger landscape stuff like that. So why don't you try touch in explaining why you have such a small machine in a way?
So it definitely is small. The reason I like that machine a lot is because a lot of the houses we work at, they're large estates, but they're close together. And so we can take it over the lawn, nice manicured lawns. Yep. We're not going to tear up sod. We can do really clean and efficient drainage jobs, not tearing up the lawn at all. Just dig a nice clean path, no ruts. We can dig out patios. I mean, I've dug as far down as probably 7 or 8 feet with that machine to do egress windows. That machine actually only digs down about 6 feet, but we dug it in a bench so we could dig down deeper from what the machine could dig.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just small access and doesn't mess the lawn up, right? So the same as me, nice houses.
And another main reason is in terms of logistics on job sites, I have a 22-foot flatbed trailer, 14K axle, and I can put my L28 and E10 on it on the same trailer.
And
it's tight
below CDL
and it's
at the same time.
I don't know about that, but it's tough. It's really tough to chain down, but it's very efficient.
Yep.
Very efficient to move them from job to job.
For sure. Yeah, that makes sense. The same as me. I got that 36-inch Bobcat or Kubota stand on. Tight access, doesn't touch lawns.
I've ran that machine. It's a very nice machine.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, Ben, you're up there in Canada.
I know,
What equipment are you running? You got a lot of Kubota up there.
Snowmobiles, polar bears, that kind of thing. So, we got... I run all Kubota equipment minus a walker mower, but just local dealer is good to me for that. So for lawn equipment, I've got a 48 stand-on Kubota, which I believe is the same as the Bobcat platform, just Kubota orange. And then I've got I think it's a 726 60-inch zero-turn mower. Both great machines, good at cutting grass, do good for me. So yeah, and then... that's kind of our long crew with a 30-inch and a 21-inch push mower. And for landscaping, I've got a new Kubota SCL 1000, which is not a very common machine. Same platform as
Still
like
pretty new to the market.
Yeah. It's same as like a Bobcat MT100 or Ditch Witch. I think the 750 is comparable.
Correct.
Yeah. 3 foot wide machine, so nice tight. Same as Asher. Nice tight access on properties. Doesn't tear up lawns too much. Can still lift 1,000 pounds, 1,100 pounds. Really good for that. And then I've got a Kubota older L3200 compact tractor. Used to use it for snow plowing. Got out of that past few years, which has been, I don't like snow, so been good for me. But just use that on like same as Asher, smaller softscape jobs, stuff like that. So yeah, serves me well. So
I know you love your orange equipment.
I do.
Owen here is just he's breaking into the landscape construction side of the business.
Yep.
And he loves his orange machines too.
Yeah.
Orange is the way to go.
It is.
I don't know about that, but it's a solid machine.
Yeah.
Yep. So I've got a so I purchased both brand new this year. A Kubota SVL 75-2, and then a Kubota U55-5 mini excavator.
Oh, and there's a lot of lawn care guys out there, so you want to explain what those are? A lot of letters and numbers there.
Oh yeah. All right. So the Kubota skid steers, they base it off of horsepower.
That was a 75 horse machine, right? And then you go
Yes, yep.
65 be 65, 70,
Exactly.
97's 97 horse, that kind of thing. So.
Yep.
So for you lawn care
So
guys,
75
it's a skid
horsepower.
steer.
Would that be a DEF machine, or is that? Or was
It is
74?
so it's just below. So it's I think it's
74.9.
74.9.
Probably
Yeah.
something right on that
We're
We're
line.
cutting it close, but yeah. So anything over 75 horsepower, you need DEF, or you need to run DEF. So with my machine, I do not. Works well for me. Some jobs it's too big, but a lot of the jobs it's perfect.
Yep.
I can do exactly what I want to do.
You just rent a smaller machine if you need, right? So,
Yeah.
You get my phone number. I got a little machine.
You got a tiny machine.
I'll come from Canada. I got the orange too, so.
Yep. And then the U55-5 excavator. So the U model that Kubota makes is a zero tail swing model, or close to zero. So I think my U55 has about an inch and a half of tail swing, which that is just the back end of the excavator coming over the tracks as it turns. So that's based on horsepower as well, I think.
I believe it is.
I thought it was weight. I could be wrong.
I think it might. Well, the Dash 5. So that's like the model of the U55. So the Dash 5 is the newest. They have a Dash 4,
Oh, okay.
or they might not have a Dash 4, but
I don't know.
yeah, they've got. I don't know. That's
You're the
kinda how it works.
excavator guy, not me.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call myself much of an excavator guy, but
New operator.
yeah, I just got one.
Pretend off.
So we bought the U55 about a month and a half ago. We've already got 80, 90 hours on it. We bought the SVL 75 skid steer. Let's see, it was May, I think. Bought it in May. It's got right around 250 hours on it now. So we put it to use a little bit. We ran a concrete jackhammer attachment on the skid steer that worked well.
Does that require high flow? Auxiliary hydraulics?
It doesn't require it. They could have used it.
It's probably nice. Yeah, I'm sure.
Could have
yeah.
used it, but I mean, it worked just fine. Did what I wanted it to do. So.
Oh, and are you doing snow removal?
Yep.
Do you
Yep.
regret not getting an enclosed cab for your skid?
It is enclosed.
Oh, it is enclosed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So both.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
So both skid and the mini, they are enclosed cab, heat, AC, radio, all that. So this year my plan is to run 2 trucks. I've got a 2017 6.7 Power Stroke F250 and then a 2013 F250 Power Stroke. Plan is to run both of those, snow removal and the skid steer with a Western Prodigy blade on it.
Yep.
Gotcha.
That might be half the reason I got out of snow. I had a cabless machine, so had
That sounds miserable.
Yeah, snowmobile helmet and but as cold as can be. But
It gets cold by you,
yeah, it does.
especially with the lake effect.
Yeah, you get squalls. You got last year we had crazy snows from that. So
How many inches do you get a year? Do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know?
It depends.
Somewhere
We
in
get-
Michigan or more?
Well, we get lake effect off the lake, so I'd imagine
It
it's
all
the same as
depends.
you got. Yeah, like some years good, some years bad, but it comes in waves.
Yeah.
Like some Christmas can be green, Christmas can be 3 feet of snow. It's same.
How many hours away are you from Huron?
If I drove straight to the lake, I'd be 40 minutes.
Okay.
But
So Marshall's like, it's right around hour and 10, hour and 20 to Lake Michigan. So I'm probably the same amount of lake effect snow we get.
Sure.
Yeah, you'd probably get it off Michigan, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
We get the same thing then just off Huron because it's headed south of Squalls, I think. That works. So, yep.
So I want to go back to Asher. You've had some unlucky situations getting your equipment stuck.
Oh, boy.
Well, some of it's not even your equipment. But I wanted to bring up the question. Now, we're all young. Brian already kind of broke the myth of it's not daddy's money. You've bought all your equipment. We already know that. But
It is, actually.
do you guys regret some of the equipment you've bought? Like, Asher, do you regret having the turf tires on?
So I don't regret it. I really am happy with those turf tires. There's definitely jobs where I need
There's pros
the
and
ag
cons
tread.
to each, likely, right?
Yeah, I definitely need ag tread on some jobs.
Or skid
but
steer.
if I need an ag tread on a job, it's because I don't have the right machine. I need
Yeah,
a
you'd be
bigger
better with a
machine.
stand-on skid steer or something like that.
Ex-
right?
yeah,
Skid
exactly.
steer. Right tool for the right job. Yeah.
Yeah. No, those tires are great. They're 12 and a half inches wide, which normally that machine comes with 6-inch wide tires. I upgraded because the main reason is I want to be able to get on lawns that were maybe a little damp or early in the morning when you still have the morning dew and not create damage. And it's just like that. Those tires float right over the lawn. I mean, I've been on lawns, $3 million houses a morning after a big rainstorm, like big thunderstorms and everything. No damage whatsoever.
And that's where that stand-on skid steer I've got is kind of got a downfall. You turn sharp, just like a zero
Well,
turn.
that's the thing. You have to put down plywood.
Yeah,
so you can only take the same track versus if we're doing a big, 25, 30-yard mulch job with the L28, I can take any route I want.
Yeah.
But, like I said, with your machine, you have to take the same route back and forth on the plywood highway.
Plywood highway, but even on the lawn, you take the same route. You're fixing that lawn, so that machine doesn't come out in mulch jobs. You'd be almost better with a wheelbarrow for that.
Exactly.
So.
Yep.
Now we got kind of like we got the tractors, we got the mini skids, and we got like what you got, Asher. What would you an
articulating mini loader.
Mini loader. Okay.
It's like a mini
Bobcat
payload.
calls it the SAL. It's small articulating loader.
Okay.
That's their product line.
For people that don't know what that is, it's like a giant payloader, but just super small. Like how wide is it? 42 inches, 48 inches?
Oh, I'm not sure on that. I know it's more than that.
Oh, okay. It's a little bit bigger. How big of a bucket do you have on it?
I believe I have a 70-inch bucket.
Oh, wow.
Maybe
okay,
68.
Yep.
Yeah, you were saying earlier you can run like full size skid attachments. You got high
It
flow
does.
and everything.
Yep, it does have the.
Okay.
It has the full size skid attacher plate with a hydraulic coupler on it. So I can run. I've run tillers. I have a trencher for it. Land plane, obviously forks and bucket. Great machine all around.
Nice. Owen, do you regret buying your machines? Or I know you got some big equipment there. So
No, I do not. But last year I had it was a piece of junk Vermeer mini skid.
sorry guys, we just got some of the rest of the
Rest of the crew
the
just
junior
pulled in.
life house back. I think there's 9 of us here, but we're still waiting on like 2 more guys. Looks like Tab Pauly pulled up with TNT. We got Henrik, Blake. We got a ton of different guys here just chilling in the hot tub.
Just came back from the airport run.
Yeah, a couple airport runs today. All right, I guess we'll talk about some of my equipment. I'm just in lawn care.
Commercial break. All right. I guess we're out.
guess we're
Sorry.
going to
There's people
commercial.
Installing traditional snow stakes is time-consuming, expensive, and downright dangerous. Traditional fiberglass stakes cost as much as double, take twice as long to install, not to mention fiberglass splinters. That's where Plow-Rite marking stakes come in. Our patented installation tool and carrying pack makes snow stake installation a breeze, installing up to 450 stakes an hour. Want the fastest and best snow stake system on the market? Look no further than Plow-Rite marking stakes. Our stakes are made of hollow polypropylene, which will not crack, break, or splinter like traditional fiberglass stakes. 3 size options, 26, 36, and 46 inches, and 5 standard colors, orange, green, blue, red, and hot pink. Want more visibility than our standard stakes? Look no further than our reflective stakes, which sport a 2-inch 3M reflective band that is the highest grade reflective material ever put on a snow stake. Truly let your stakes be seen. Visit plow-rite.com and order yours today. And make sure to use Brian's 10 to save 10% at checkout. The link is in the podcast description. And best of all, everything is 100% made in the USA.
All right, guys, we are back from our commercial break.
Apologies about that. Just some guys walked in.
Impromptu.
I'll just make it quick. We wanted to move on to a different topic, but I guess the equipment I got, it's pretty simple. I got freaking every brand you can imagine, but we got a Bradley stand-on.
Fleet.
Yeah, random fleet. John Deere.
Hey, whatever makes you money, right?
Yeah. Zero turn, F250, an 05, and a F150, a 2011, and then Sure Track trailer, tons of trimmers, blowers. I think my shop tour is on YouTube. But, guys, we wanted to move on and talk about what we're most excited about at Equip. Have we seen any leaked stuff yet? Anything we want to try
I
out
saw
there?
the Skag, as someone that's got a stand-on skid. I saw the
mini skid.
The Skag's got a mini skid coming out.
did see that.
I saw I don't know if it's going to be here, but I saw the new KX080. They came out with the Dash 5 model.
Okay.
Because they had the Dash 4, but
Yep.
I'm hoping that's going to be
And once
here.
again, what does that number represent?
So that the KX080, that's their 80 horsepower class machine, kind of also classifies as the 8-ton machine, although it weighs close to 20,000.
Yep.
I'm also hoping they've got a couple Rototilt brands there, either Encon or Rototilt.
Well,
or,
Rototilt is the cat brand, I believe.
Yeah.
They can't see your face movements in the podcast. I know some of the guys in the podcast world as well are pretty chosen, or what's the word for that, on their different Rototilt and Engon brands, stuff like that.
Like loyal to it.
They
Loyal,
all
yeah.
love their brand.
Yeah, well, yeah, like Andy and Caleb, stuff like that.
So we were driving around earlier, and we were talking. Isn't the Cat coming out with a new 255?
I believe that's what it is. It's
255? An upgrade from the 259.
I'm really interested in trying that machine out. It looks like it's a really custom machine.
Sorry, guys, some off-air stuff.
So back to the Cat 255. It's supposedly supposed to replace the Cat 259, which is
don't tell Henrik.
yeah. Henrik loves his 259.
Or Andrew.
He likes
yeah.
his too.
Yeah.
But hold on. Cords are getting wet. So
You're not supposed to
Don't
say
tell
that.
Brian.
Sorry, Brian.
So back to the 255. The joysticks are completely different. It looks like you can run the computer off of the joysticks. And it's a different body style. So I'll be interested to see what it can do. They claim it has 40% more power. I'm pretty loyal to Bobcat,
40%.
but I know that's
Jeez,
that's a lot.
Big turbo. And a tune.
I'm pretty loyal to Bobcat just because I have a really good dealer network and a dealer.
That's the most important thing at the end of the day.
Shout out to Carlton Equipment.
Oh.
They have, I believe, 7 locations.
Send this guy a Bobcat
But,
or something.
Yeah. I'll be
What's your
waiting-
address?
I'll be waiting for a Bobcat. Yeah.
Just kidding. Don't put that on the podcast.
Hey, Bobcat paid us last year at Equip like $20 just to run their machine. You got to fill out like your name, address, and stuff.
I didn't
and
get
Like
that.
a user
Bobcat,
advisory.
send my check to Canada,
yeah.
please.
So, guys,
But,
Go ahead, Asher.
So I'll be definitely looking for a skid steer really soon. So I'm excited to try out.
Hey, get the new SVL 75.3.
I'm not getting a Kubota. Bobcat or Cat, most likely Bobcat.
Asher, why has everyone been raving about these Kubotas? And, like my local landscape supply, Ecoscape, they got mulch and rock and all that jazz, but they're like going crazy about these Kubotas. I know Bobcat's got the Kubota engines in them. I've ran Bobcat before. Is it the price point? Is it the visibility? Is it the power?
I'm not
like
sure on like the actual details. From what I know from my dealer, because my dealer is a Bobcat and Kubota dealer, so I've been able to compare machines side by side. The visibility on Kubotas are really nice, especially with the flip-up front door.
Yes.
That
love
door
it.
is a selling point for like
It's
half the people.
a
Yeah.
selling point, but not enough to get me to buy the machine.
Well, you've got all your Bobcat stuff, so it makes sense.
I've
right?
run probably every skid steer brand out there. I've run
Yep.
Mustang, Kubota, Takeuchi, Cat, Bobcat, Case,
Yep.
New Holland. I mean,
does Yanmar make one?
yeah,
Yeah, they do, yep.
I think
They
that's
do?
ASV.
ASV. Okay.
ASV.
Oh yeah, that's
I
their,
have ran ASV.
They're together in that.
Small
My
ones.
my local dealer for small engines, Weingarts, which everybody
Everyone
knows
knows.
from. Yeah. They
Brian
used to
Sten
carry
is not a
ASV.
code.
They no longer do for some reason. But those were interesting machines, pretty tough. The
I know a guy that had
Takaguchi's-
an ASV, or he still got one. Calvin.
He has the little one.
He had, I think it was 25 or 35. Now he's got a 75. I don't know their numbers, but
So-
he seems to like it. So they're
Yeah,
good
so
machines.
I know from experience, I spent a lot of time in Takaguchi machines. Those have the flip up front door just like Kubota's. Other than that, I think those are the only brands that have the flip up front door.
Kubota does. I didn't know Takaguchi did, but other than that, I don't
Takaguchi
know.
does.
I don't know anyone else that does.
Oh, and have you ever shattered your door?
No, but I know someone that had their door shattered by someone
Was it a
trying to
flip up
break
door
in.
or
Flip-up door?
flip out door?
It was the flip up door. It was a.
like
it was
Are those more expensive for a flip up?
I'm not sure.
You're not
I know
sure?
it was a 97 machine.
It's not an option for the flip up door.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just wondering
But
if like
I-
the cat doors would be more
It
expensive
for
to
sure
replace.
looks like there's a lot more moving components. There's a track system. There's a locking mechanism that holds it up.
okay.
I know from experience, I didn't
Well,
lock it up
hey,
one time, and
if
I hit
if
a
it's
bump.
got the cat name on it, it's probably more expensive. So
Yeah, that's true.
No, but you kind of get what you pay for though in some of that. Like, are the
Yeah.
Kubotas more loaded?
So-
Like, do you got heated seats and all that?
no. So my opinion is, I mean, cat service is, from what I've heard, is, I mean,
Phenomenal.
it really can't be beaten.
No,
Um,
I've heard that
I know
too.
from experience that it's great.
So I mean, that you get what you pay for in that aspect. But the reason I bought the SVL 75 is just, I mean, it's solid. It's a super solid machine, tried and true. It's, I mean, it's there's minimal complaints on it. Most people love them that have them.
I mean, here's the deal. Everybody in construction just really beats up equipment.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very tough industry.
Yeah.
There's no
You don't.
manufacturer.
You said you're all anal about that.
I like to keep my stuff clean, whatever,
Waxing
but
it, shining it.
but employees do
Ceramic coat.
create some issues on occasions. But there's no manufacturer that's gonna make junk. They're all good machines. It comes out to
I've heard those
what are you looking
Bobcats
for?
aren't.
I don't think so, Ben.
I know.
No one's gonna make junk. It comes down to preference. There's definitely some
I think-
that
I
are
don't know.
lower end than others. I mean, Cat and Bobcat are probably the Cadillac of machines just in general.
Yep.
The big
I-
company.
There's
think-
no disputing that. Kubota's definitely working their way up
Oh
there.
yeah,
They're working their
the
way
new
up there.
excavators are super.
But they
nice.
started off as an ag brand.
Oh yeah.
New Holland, I believe, is just a case. I think those are direct replicas.
New Holland and Case are owned by the same company. I don't
Correct.
think they're the same machine.
They are pretty similar.
Yeah,
specs,
I know their
body
farm
design.
equipment is, but yeah. I think a lot of it comes down to dealer support. Like, sure, Cat might make a great machine, but if you don't have a dealer within 2 hours, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how great their machine are, right? So
There's some big brands too, like when you get into the bigger excavators, like Kobelco and
Well,
some of those
other
Yeah.
bigger brands too. But
Komatsu.
I think
yeah,
a lot
when you're
of
looking at the smaller equipment, the mini skids, the skids,
Yeah.
some of that stuff, I think you're right. Cat and Bobcat definitely dominate that industry.
yeah.
I know there's like everybody seems to be buying up companies now. Like I know Clark Equipment owns Bobcat. I think they recently acquired Doosan, which is now rebranded to Devlon.
I heard. I'd kind of seen that through some bigger equipment.
So
yeah.
I was talking to my dealer one day. I go, "What's all this Devlon stuff?" He goes, "They are doing a hard rebrand. They're not going to work into it. They told us by this date we need to have every picture, changed from Doosan to Devlon. Signs in the building have to be taken down. They were doing a hard rebrand. But it looks like they're really growing that line into almost as a heavy duty construction line. They have the rock trucks. They have the rollers." Big excavators. I think they just came out with a dozer.
Yeah, they've got a. I want to say it's called the D1. Maybe
I'm not sure about that. I know the Cat dozers
I
run
say isn't
a
Cat
D
line
series.
D series.
they do have a. So Develon, they have a dozer comparable to Cat's smallest dozer, which I think is the D2, correct?
Sounds about right.
Fact
So
check
it's, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Siri.
I mean, from a landscaper's aspect, that maybe doing some bigger projects, larger.
You do some bigger projects. Like you've done some big 100-foot walls, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
you're the one to touch on this. Yeah.
I know my plan in the future like very, very near future is to get into site work and construction. The end goal is to have like a large site work company that has like a fleet of dozers, scrapers, graders. Focusing.
Bobcat doesn't offer those, Asher.
They do have the their E145, which is a big steel track excavator. They're working their way into the line.
What size is that?
That's
It's what, 13.5 ton? Or
I think
135
it might be bigger than that.
Yep.
That's you can do some serious work with that.
So going off of that, sorry to go off the rails on this, but what are we all looking to get equipment-wise? I think this is going to be an equipment podcast at this point, but what are we all looking to, whether it's lawn, whether it's construction equipment like Asher, whether it's
Vehicles.
hardscape, whatever. What are we looking to, start with Nick here maybe.
Yeah,
what
I
are we
think
looking to
like near future.
Yeah,
Like,
and I think it has to
even
wrap
5 years, 10 years, whatever.
Yeah. In the next couple of years, I think the way the company's going, it's definitely more lawn heavy and snow heavy. But I would like to see equipment being used year round. So like looking at a skid steer,
It's
I can
easier
utilize
to pay equipment off when it's being used 12 months a year versus 8 or 4 for
Exactly.
snow.
It's
or
the
more
stuff
value,
like
fun
that,
on the
right?
machine. I mean,
Yeah.
you have
value.
animals that eat things, fuel systems gel up. I mean, it's just
less to do maintenance on and stuff
For
too.
sure.
Yep.
So I'd like to keep things running. So I'm going to see in the next couple near future here, skid steer. I keep that running, doing snow, getting at commercial parking lots and doing landscaping. I'm breaking into landscaping more.
Yep.
I mentioned on my podcast with Brian that I was stubborn with hiring guys. So I'm still working on growing the lawn care side of things a little bit. But then breaking out into hardscaping and stuff because I do enjoy doing paver patios and walkways and I haven't done any retaining walls yet, but I would love to here in the near future. I have used MT55 like crazy, and
Those are small little machines.
yeah, small little machines. I had
Do you walk behind those?
no,
Or do
they have a
little-
little platform. It's just
okay,
like a MT100.
Okay, I think it's a 52 maybe you got to walk behind or
Yeah,
something
52
like
is
that.
walk behind.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. I couldn't imagine that.
yeah, that'd be horrible. That MT55 I took on a hill one time and about launched myself over the mini skid.
Yeah.
I have a story
let's just say
about
I had
that.
the bucket a little too high with rock. But yeah, I ran a Bobcat S205 the other day, a little wheeled skid. But yeah, I'd like to see a skid. I'll have a
things are a
couple.
toy.
Yeah, since we're up in Ohio with the snow, you want to have nicer trucks that aren't going to break down all the time.
Yep.
So
well, for snow, you got to go when it's time to go. right?
exactly, you can't be waiting on trucks
Oh,
to be
no,
fixed
no.
or maintained. So get some more trucks. Get some. I mean, we got some mowers now, but just keep those going. And I guess we'll move on over here to Asher. What are you looking at getting next? Because you've had this equipment for a little bit of time now.
basically every year I bought something new.
Sorry about that.
So I think with the direction my company is moving into more of construction, a high priority item right now is going to be a dump truck. I have owned a small
what happened to your
4-yard
dump truck there? Asher?
6'4".
That was that was a Ford 6.4 Power Stroke diesel.
Never break down on you?
We
Loaded question.
didn't break down. We just got rid of it before we had issues.
Gotcha.
Before or
smart.
like
In the process.
In the process.
go on.
Had a little bit of blow by. Was smoking glue.
Hopefully the owner isn't listening to that. The new owner.
It went to a dealer.
Oh well, there you go. Don't worry about it.
That solves that issue. But anyways, I need a dump truck. That's my bottom line.
Yeah.
It can't be like a small 3-yard, 4-yard box. I'm looking for
Like a tandem, like a true dump truck.
I don't know about a tandem.
Okay.
Because
Looking to keep it under CDL.
it'll be over
Weight.
CDL with a trailer, but at least without a trailer, I can
Have
throw an
guys.
employee in there
Yep,
that
yep.
doesn't have a CDL and be like, go pick up a few yards of mulch or some stone or something.
Yep.
With a trailer hooked, of course, it's going to be over CDL.
Yeah.
I plan to get the CDL fairly soon.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have.
Especially with DOT is getting pretty tough in my community.
Yeah, we were talking on that earlier. A couple of you guys have been wheeled by them. So
Yep. Yeah, we did have our encounter with him this year.
Asher, I want to bring up, I don't want to interrupt, but I love this idea of the switch and go. So you've got your mini articulating loader, and I bet your arms don't go crazy high on that. But
Well, it doesn't extend out. It will reach into
it
the
does.
truck.
Okay.
Yep.
I think these switch and goes are awesome because like if you're doing snow in the winter, you can swap it out and put a flatbed with a VBX 1000 or something on it, or you can roll down these like dumpsters. Basically, you can just drive right into them. I'm sure we've seen C&I Services,
So,
Christian there, but
Here's my outlook on those. I really like the concept.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
I don't think they're too bad.
Oh, up by me, I've heard like 50 grand. to
I've
get one on the
seen
truck.
some on Marketplace, brand new, just like the actual lift
Probably beat
unit
up.
for about 15 grand. Oh, brand new, 15 grand.
Oh, really?
Just for the bolt-on cabin chassis unit.
Okay.
But that switch and go system is just like a dump trailer that can swap dumpsters. It's pulled up by a winch.
Yep.
And it's, in my eyes, not a very tough system. It's great. I feel like if you have a dingo or like a mini loader and you're doing, sod, landscaping, that kind of stuff.
It's probably,
Yeah.
I think it's great for landscape tearouts. Like,
But for what I would be
You leave a dumpster on
I
the
would
road
be
and just
filling
soft
it.
scape
I'd be filling it full of gravel. I'm gonna be having large machines on job sites. I rather have a hook lift truck.
gotcha.
Much more durable, and that way I can have much heavier dumpsters too.
Yeah, Ben, for the way your and I companies are going,
Yep.
that would work perfect for us.
Yeah, I love.
And they're little dumpsters too. Maybe I don't know what 14 foot, 12 foot long
I think
dumpsters.
it depends what kind of truck
Probably
you're putting it on.
different size.
I would be looking
Like-
for
like
a truck that
550.
could haul like a 30-yard, like your typical roll-off dumpster on
So
a
you'd
job
be
site.
looking at a bigger like international or like F750 kind of like.
Correct.
truck.
And the
Yeah,
reason I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
worried about what vehicle, like a switch and go would be great for like a 550.
Yeah.
A 550. Hook lift, you would need a big international or Peterbilt.
Yeah,
Something along the lines of that. But that's the direction I want to go. I want an international,
bigger.
like a big single axle, possibly tandem. But I'm looking for like at least a 16-foot bed.
can you pull a trailer behind a switch and go?
I've seen
think
it done
so.
before. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you have the hitch set up.
Yeah.
It'd be a big like Clevis hookup. but
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
imagine,
Big hookup. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to go back. So we were kind of on the topic of the equipment we want to get in the future. I think the way my business is going, I would love to see it kind of look like Perfect Cut, like the business that Corey Ballard built.
So you want to get out of the business in a way, like
I
not
do.
out
Well,
of it, but like you don't want to be out there doing the grunt work all day long.
I want to systematize it, and right now, as far as the equipment goes, I've got every brand you could imagine. So
Yeah.
let's just say that's not very systematized.
Yep.
Like this year going into the plowing season, obviously some of you guys plow. The parent brand Douglas Dynamics, they own Western, Snow X, Blizzard. So I've got a Blizzard and a Western. So a lot of those hookup connections, like I can put my Blizzard on my Western mount. I can put my Western on my Blizzard mount. But I kind of looked at that as a system. Like if something breaks down, some of the parts are interchangeable. And in the future, I'll have all the same brand. But as we scale, like you don't want to have those things holding you down. You just want to be able to keep rolling. And I would love to see like if one crew member has to hop to another crew or something, they still know how to use all the equipment. It's the
for
exact
sure.
same
Yep.
and everything.
And even same goes for mowing, right? Like even same mowers, whether it's Toro, right, XR, whatever the brand may be. Be nice to have the same mowers or trimmers and even trucks, right? This guy can run that crew or that piece of equipment, and it's just nice not having to switch between stuff like that. So same goes for lawn and snow and even Asher landscaping, stuff like that. So
yeah, I think for equipment wise, we're not, at least right now, I'm passionate, like especially with the snow.
Yep.
But what I really like is I just like seeing a system work. So that's why I think I'm so intrigued with like the lawn mowing and the softscapes and stuff. And that's why I want to see like, it's super cool to look at like Corey's fleet, like at Perfect Cut. Like you just see all these trucks in a row and they're all the same, like same lettering, same, like it's just really cool to me. So I think that's why my business is going that way right now.
Yep.
Let's
Let's
move
sorry,
on to Owen.
finish. Okay, yeah. So Owen, what do you? I know we've kind of gone off the rails, but sorry about that. Owen here. What are you looking at the next 1 year, 5 year, whatever it may be? Next
Near future.
equipment
Yep.
purchases.
So I live in Marshall, and currently there's a Ford battery plant being built. I mean, literally 2 miles outside city limits. That's going to bring 2,500 jobs to Marshall.
Yep.
Which, I mean, Marshall's a smallish town,
That's good for
10,000
business,
people.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, the area's going to grow
Yep.
exponentially over the next couple of years. So I want to get as big as quick as I can.
Big is in like what aspect?
Doing a lot of work.
Multiple crews.
Revenue-wise?
Yes,
that kind of
crews,
thing?
multiple crews. Just grow as fast as possible.
Yep. So you're looking
try
to
and take advantage
with those.
thing.
With those new jobs coming in, you're looking to do like the grading around new houses that'll come up,
so I mean,
cutting the grass, that kind of thing. Yeah.
So I mean, there's going to be developers in the area. I want to get into doing foundations.
That's like my plan too.
Yeah, digging for
Big site work projects.
Yep, digging for utilities. I plan on getting into pools next year. So kind of some of the equipment I plan on buying next year, or hopefully plan on buying if things go the way I think they will. Tandem or triple axle dump truck, so I can haul
Triple, that's a big one.
Yeah.
So you're thinking like
big.
Peterbilt or like K-Dub.
That's kind of like a full-time driver.
Yeah.
Big.
So I want to be able to haul a tag trailer with
Would be nice to have
mini
a pump.
and skid steer on it. That would make a lot of money in my area. No one has that setup right now.
Also,
so,
if you were digging foundations and you have to do
Exactly.
trucking fill out, you could hook a pup to it.
Pools.
And that would pools too.
Yep.
Even just logistical wise,
And that would get you to a 20 yard.
Exactly, because we're using a
haul.
We're using a 14K rated dump trailer right now, and I mean it works all right, but
don't tell the DOT.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
When I need to move more than 15, 20 yards, it's a pain.
Yeah.
So
What I found works really good is roll off dumpsters.
yeah,
I have them delivered on a job site. I fill them up, call up GFL, which is our waste company
they're
near
all
us.
over the place.
Yeah. They can pick them right up.
yep.
Oh, and that's awesome that you're getting into pools because then you can upsell them on
Yeah, and I mean,
hardscapes
so
around it, outdoor living.
The pool's money in itself. But
There's-
then you get
yeah.
the landscaping with it.
So there's no one in my area that does pools. Pool installs.
What kind of
That's
pools are you
great.
looking to do? Like drop-ins, liners,
Do
gunite?
It's got an abbreviation for it. The
Fiberglass.
the metal
pools,
walls
right?
with the poured concrete
Oh,
behind.
never mind.
Okay, so that'd be like a liner.
Yes.
You do your metal walls, you pour your concrete base,
Yep.
and then you do a vinyl liner.
Yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
pretty simple if you know how to run a laser and know how to set grades. So
Yeah.
You
there's
gotta
really
know how
not
to
much
run
to
an
it.
excavator to cut in
Exactly.
deep ends, diving wells.
Yep. So
Steps.
and with that, I wanna get a tilt rotator system
That would
on
be
my
handy.
U55. And then
Slick. Yeah.
possibly get one of the new KXO85s.
Okay.
Which that'd be a sweet machine to get into larger excavation projects.
Because that's hardly a mini anymore. Like, you're able to
Yeah,
quite a bit with that.
yeah.
Like, that's not.
I don't know. I can't remember the reach on it, but
Well, and that's the thing. Like the machines you want to get into, you can't pull the pickup truck.
Exactly.
You need a bigger truck, and that's the same position I'm in.
yep.
You can. I've seen some
Yeah.
videos.
I've seen some videos on Facebook as
Not
well.
DOT
but,
rated.
Yeah.
No.
And then I'm definitely gonna buy an articulated loader next year, just because
What size are you thinking? Like
I don't know.
size
I want to be able to
or-
haul 4,000 or 5,000 pounds.
Like lift, move. 5,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, moving pallets around, not messing with yards.
I would wait and see how this Bobcat L35
Yeah.
pans out. I know they introduced it in Europe. It's an L28, but L35, so 35 horsepower.
Yep.
Actually, I'm not sure if that symbolizes horsepower or not. I think the L23 and L28 are the same engine.
Yeah.
But it definitely is a little bit of a larger machine. Mm-hmm. I would wait and see. I mean, it's
Yeah. So I mean, and then that'll
Might be the play.
that'll give me the capability to push snow with it. Use it all year round.
Load
If I
your
need to
trucks,
if I need to run large amounts of material to backyards or something, gravel, base material, I can do it quick with that. So yeah.
well, that
I guess
that was a very detailed talk of equipment, I would say.
Yeah, let me-
nice deep dive as we're in a hot tub, but we have
Shallow dive.
shallow dive. Yes.
All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here.
where can we find everybody if you want to see where? I guess before we finish, I hate to bring it upon myself, but growing for me, I guess you three have kind of done it so far. So, but I'm hopefully looking to just say kind of same as Nick here, just hoping to grow the lawn care side, get some mowers, stuff like that. Grow that to where it can kind of be self-sufficient, and then grow maybe kind of towards Asher's way, where I'm doing, hardscape, softscape, stuff like that. And then hopefully someone cut that out. Fuck. Anyways, yeah, just cut that out.
I gotta piss so bad.
Mr. Producer, I don't know. You can probably work your magic and cut that out. That was, anyways. Let's wrap it up.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up here.
Where can we find everybody? Just shameless plug here. So we've got...
You would find me on Instagram
Asher.
and Facebook, Garden Guy Outdoor Services, and our website, gardenguyOutdoors.com.
Yep. Owen, where can we find you?
You can find me at on Instagram at Valentine Outdoors, and then Facebook, I think it's Valentine Outdoors as well. Yeah, I don't post much.
Yeah. I have them linked on my Instagram. Works pretty nice. It just posts the same thing. So.
Auto
Works
post.
pretty well.
Yeah. I can't run Facebook. I just use it for Marketplace.
True.
And you can find me at Paxton Grounds on, I think, every platform. PaxtonGrounds.com. Paxton Grounds on. Sorry, we got some. PaxtonGrounds.com. Paxton Grounds at Facebook and Instagram. And Ben, where can we find you?
You can find me Facebook, Instagram at Ben's Lawn and Landscaping. I think it's one word. Sorry, people are getting out of here. It's kind of a train wreck, but that's us signing off. Thanks for...
All right, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
See ya.
Installing traditional snow stakes is time-consuming, expensive, and downright dangerous. Traditional fiberglass stakes cost as much as double, take twice as long to install, not to mention fiberglass splinters. That's where Plow-Right marking stakes come in. Our patented installation tool and carrying pack makes snow stake installation a breeze. Installing up to 450 stakes an hour. Want the fastest and best snow stake system on the market? Look no further than Plow-Right marking stakes. Our stakes are made of hollow polypropylene, which will not crack, break, or splinter like traditional fiberglass stakes. 3 size options, 26, 36, and 46 inches, and 5 standard colors, orange, green, blue, red, and hot pink. Want more visibility than our standard stakes? Look no further than our reflective stakes, which sport a 2-inch 3M reflective band that is the highest grade reflective material ever put on a snow stake. Truly let your stakes be seen. Visit plow-right.com and order yours today. And make sure to use Brian's 10 to save 10% at checkout. The link is in the podcast description. And best of all, everything is 100% made in the USA. This is your invitation to Lawntrepreneur Academy Live 2023 in Novi, Michigan, Saturday, November 11th. The lineup is power-packed. You won't want to miss it. Learn from incredible speakers like Leroy Maines, Keith Kalfas, Caleb and Brittany Allman, Sam Gimble, Weston Zimmerman, and Jeff Joyner, just to name a few. Tickets are on sale now, and hurry because seating is limited to just 300.
Hey, what's up? It's Keith Kalfas. Get your tickets now for the 2023 Lawntrepreneur Academy Live.
Once you purchase your ticket, you'll be added to our private Facebook group where you can network with other attendees, get access to the discounted hotel room block, and get the inside scoop for the Friday night party brought to you by Kohler. Thank you to this year's sponsors, Xmart, Sure Track Trailers, Yard Book, and Boss Snowplow for helping to bring this incredible event to life. We can't wait to see you November 11th, Novi, Michigan, at Lawntrepreneur Academy Live 2023. Get your ticket today at LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com or use the link in the podcast description. Lawntrepreneur Academy Live.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.